Hello, BookTube. I have a comparative rarity for this channel for you this time around. It's a used book haul. I think I mentioned on this channel before that my reading has in the last few years been shifting towards new books, towards new releases. They're the bulk of what I read. They're the bulk of what I get. They're the bulk of what I shift around here and keep. Uh, but I do still like to go to the Brattle Bookshop here in Boston. I do still like to go to charity shops and Goodwills and whatnot. I do have friends who have access to such things, give me all sorts of, come and bring a box, fill it, take what you like. I do still like that, the thrill of the hunt. And I recently had such a hunt that turned up some goodies. I thought I'd show them to you. And the first one is something that I only got because of BookTube. Because I think it was Lil's Vintage World, where she held up this book, not new by any means, and raved about it. And I saw that video and I thought, you know, it's been a while, and I seem to remember liking it myself. It's Sad Cypress by Agatha Christie, an Hercule Poirot mystery that I haven't read in ages. It certainly didn't look as pretty as this. I read a little mass market. So I got that, and there was another Agatha Christie. I had to get that as well. Miss Marple adventure, Nemesis, where she's reading the morning paper and sees that a man named Jason Raphael has died. And it takes her a bit, but she eventually remembers that she's had quite a bit of dealing with Jason Raphael, and he had her in mind when he died. It's just a great story. It was also made into a great adaptation for PBS with Joan Hickson as Miss Marple. So I got two Agatha Christie's. Go figure. I also got this. This is something that I have read. I read it years ago. I've never seen it used before now. It's Now Barabbas by William Jovanovich, who was part of Harcourt Brace Jovanovich back when that was the name of the publishing house. He was a publishing shark among the minnows, a whip snarl, sharp guy. And this book is infinitely quotable about the publishing world. It's the kind of publishing world memoir that I don't think anyone in publishing could write nowadays. They'd be too worried about being diplomatic. But I'm going. I poked my toe into rereading just the first few pages. I'm going to read the whole thing adoringly very soon. And then I found this. This is an omnibus from IDW Comics. They forever and ever had the comic book rights to Star Trek, and this is just a collection of issues that they did. I missed all the individual issues. It's in the comic shops that I go to here in Boston. IDW and other small fry publishers are not very well represented. It's Marvel and DC, pretty much straight down the aisle. So I missed all of these. And the quality and the writing, the art and the writing vary wildly from issue to issue. But there'll be highlights, I know. And it's great to have it. It's especially since it's all the original Star Trek. It's all my Star Trek. And then two big works of history in paperback, always a treat. The first one is Masters and Commanders, about the four men among the Western Allies, not the Russians, who conducted World War II. And it's the reason that I got that, of course, is well-trod ground. I've read many, many books on the subject. The reason that I got this one is because of the author. Andrew Roberts is a fantastic writer. And I haven't read this book by him, but anything he writes, I know I'm going to enjoy simply because of the strength of his writing. Even his book Napoleon the Great, which was a hymn of praise to Napoleon Bonaparte. If I can like that based on an author's writing, then I can like anything. The next one is this, Fatal Crossroads. This is by Danny Parker. It's a Da Capo Press paperback, and it's about the Malmedy Massacre, which if you watched my 1,000 previous videos and studied them in detail, you'll know that there was recently a new book, a new release on the Malmedy Massacre, which was one horrifying incident in the Battle of the Bulge at the end of the Western War in World War II, when a German panzer group marched a bunch of U.S. prisoners into a snowy field and mowed them down. And some of them lived, some of them limped away at nightfall and whatnot. So that's how we know what happened. And all the Panzer Group stood trial. But for some reason, even though the war was full of atrocities on both sides, on all sides, the Malmedy Massacre, for some reason, struck a chord about massacres and has spawned a literature of its own. maybe because it had survivors. I don't know. But when I was reading the new book on the Malmedy Massacre, I kept thinking about this book and realizing I didn't have it and thinking there's no chance you'll ever find it. So I was very happy to find it. And then the last thing is a Reader's Digest edition. I've praised them on this channel before. They used to do hardcover illustrated editions of literature. And I found The Master of Ballantrae by Robert Louis Stevenson, who I love. And I love this book, but I don't have an edition that I really like until now. Now I do. The only edition that I have of this, other than this one, is the Penguin Classic. So now I have them both. I now have a nice illustrated hardcover. And that's it. It's just a quick video to show you some secondhand book discoveries that I found just recently. A nice pile. Star Trek and classic fiction, murder mysteries and history. Who knows how many of them I'll have in 6 months or a year. I may have sold through them all by then, but I'd like to think not. I'd like to think they're all keepers. And that's it for now. I'll see you soon, book 2. Thank you.